ranking every BO3 Gobblegum. And starting off at the bottom of the list, we have got board games. Utter garbage, slows the game down, and doesn't even give you all 60 points for rebuilding the barrier, which is unlike number 58 on our list, Licensed Contractor, which also slows the game down to a grinding halt, but at least you'll get 600 points for your misery. At 57, we have our first classical Gobblegum, Now You See Me. The only time it would be useful is in co-op games, either with a vulnerable teammate or during certain Easter egg steps. But even then, there's far better Gobblegum. The Gobblegum at number 56 describes itself literally and figuratively, unbearable. The box moving is not even that big of a deal, and it's even more pointless the fact that you only get one activation. The great irony of unbearable is that it's like the teddy bear of Dr. Monty's factory. Exactly the thing it's supposed to prevent. Number 55 now goes to firing on all cylinders. We are so accustomed to firing while walking or standing still that this just feels weird and less controllable. And talking about uncontrollable rage that is, we have got bored to death. Yep, you can say that again. This is a horrendous Gobblegum that is just awful to use. You've got about a 10-second window at the start of every round that you can use it before you're probably just going to end up downing yourself. But I guess it does technically deal infinite damage. Next up is always done swiftly. I mean, sure, you can walk faster while aiming and pulling out your weapon faster, but let's be real, it ain't that deep. Lucky Crit is in next, except you ain't that lucky if you pull this one. I mean, activating AATs more frequently might sound good for higher rounds, but AATs, especially Deadwire, activate so fast through double tap that there's really no point. Next up is another classic Gobblegum, Armamental Accomplishment. I mean, look, most of these classics aren't terrible, they just are exactly what you expect. And the same's true here. Do some things like switching weapons faster. Essentially, it's just a really dumbed down speed cola. And now number 50, ladies and gentlemen, belongs to Secret Shopper. What could have been amazing if it allowed you to buy wonder weapon ammo, but instead it only works for regular weapons. And even then, there's much more useful Gobblegums. Now we've got Respin Cycle next, which as it states, respins the box and saves you 950 points. And it is totally useless on Moon with the hacker, and again, there's just far more useful Gobblegum. And here we have another Gobblegum that describes itself burned out. Because you know if you're using this Gobblegum, you've essentially burned out your Gobblegum stash. And just 2 activations? I mean, come on. Number 47 is a classic that actually sounds fairly decent. We've got Arms Grace. If you bleed out, you keep your guns when you spawn back in. Essentially Tombstone the Gobblegum, but I'd rather use a Gobblegum that's going to keep me alive in the first place. Number 46 is here for the same reason, Impatient. Again, it seems decent, but you should be trying not to go down in the first place. If you do go down, that's where Coagulant is useful. I don't think it's as bad as the previous 2, as it promotes someone actually reviving you, but it's still just a similar aspect though, isn't it? And at number 44 is our first gimmicky Gobblegum, Mind Blowin'. Yeah, it's kind of fun, but it's not going to do a lot for you, just a cool effect. And that's the same for number 43, is Knockoff PhD, Slaughter Slide. Like Mind Blowin', just a fun gimmicky Gobblegum. These are the Gobblegums you only ever use if you get them from those free Mega Gobblegum Easter eggs. For number 42, this might be a small surprise, it's Crawl Space. And that's because this is very useful in a very particular scenario. And that's the Void Bow on Der Eisendruck. Other than that, it's not going to do much for you. Next up is the biggest Blue Balls Gobblegum ever, Ephemeral Enhancement. For 2 minutes it's great, until it's like, I'll have that back thanks, then it's not so great. Number 40 belongs to Stock Option. Actually not a bad classical Gobblegum. It's pretty good on the early rounds, just not having to reload, but be careful in the higher rounds because you'll just fly through your ammo. Into the 30s now, we have got Arsenal Accelerator. It's great for what it does. The specialists on Black Ops 3 zombies are so much fun to use, so anything that promotes using them more often gets a thumbs up from me. Another thumbs up from me goes to Killing Time. It's practically not the greatest in the world, but man, it is such a fun Gobblegum to use. And it led to those great myth-busting zombies series. Number 37 goes to what some days is great and other days awful, I'm Feeling Lucky. Essentially a power-up lottery, could be 2 max ammos or 2 carpenters. And then here's Knockoff PhD Part 2 in number 36, Danger Closest. As much as I'm mad there's no PhD in this game, I must admit, this classical Gobblegum is still pretty decent. Anything to make explosives usable is decent in my book. Number 35 goes to a Gobblegum that would be great if it was a different color, Temporal Gift. It should have been purple, allowing you to activate it for a specific power up, but it's still okay as it is. Next up is a Gobblegum that sadly went from great to average over the Black Ops 3 DLC season, Aftertaste. It allows you to keep all perks bar quick revive when going down, but there are just far better Gobblegums out there now. Coming into the number 33 spot, we have got Dead of Nuclear Winter. Spawns 2 nukes, is great for getting through and finishing off rounds, essentially a poor man's round robin. 800 points is nice too. Number 32 belongs to just a solid Gobblegum, Unquenchable. Gives you an extra perk slot, nothing crazy, but much appreciated at the same time, especially on maps where 4 perks just isn't quite enough. Next up, we have got Disorderly Combat, a very fun Gobblegum to use until it decides to swap your dingo for an XM53. But in all seriousness, this Gobblegum is very useful on Moon, allowing you to gain a ton of points before round 1 even starts. Here we are at number 30, one of my personal favourites in plain sight. So I'm a big classical Gobblegums guy, and this is probably my most used Gobblegum of all time. It's nothing crazy, it ain't game breaking, but at the same time can absolutely save your ass. And the same is true for anywhere but here, except I think this is just slightly better, as it can essentially be used as a method of fast travel as well. And at number 28, we have got Pop Shocks, a Gobblegum that isn't going to blow your world away, but has some great uses, especially with taking out bosses. Just a well-balanced mega Gobblegum. For number 27, we have the Gobblegum that freaks me out the most, Fear in Headlights. Actually a pretty useful Gobblegum for some Easter egg steps, as everything in front of you gets frozen in place. Just a bit creepy for my liking. Number 26 is also really useful for Easter eggs, Head Drama. Basically allows you to just spray your weapon and get guaranteed headshots. It does make me giggle a little bit, shooting a zombie's foot and seeing their head explode. Number 25 belongs to On the House. Allows you to get a free extra perk, and it will give one to all players within the game as well. Not much more to say. Coming into the number 24 spot, we have got buffed in plain sight, Idolize. I have a huge sweet spot for this Gobblegum, as this Gobblegum basically carried me through the entire Gorod Crovey Easter egg. Super helpful. Speaking of great Gobblegums for Easter eggs, next up is Fatal Contraption. Gives you 2 death machines, it's great for boss fights, and great for boss zombies too. Next up is Killjoy. A lot of these power-ups just do what they say on the tin. You know what you're getting, and they are helpful in a wide range of scenarios. And same is true for Killjoy. 2 insta-kills, very solid. Next up, we have got a Gobblegum that I feel has aged like fine wine, Undead Man Walking. Super useful for almost every Easter egg, and even if you're in a bit of trouble, it's great too. Into the top 20 now, one of the best of the single power-up Gobblegums, Cashback. Super helpful in almost any scenario, especially for the high rounds. Now number 19 might be a bit of a surprise, but we have got Swordflay. Makes the regular knife a one shot up until round 5, a game changer in the early rounds, and did I mention it's a classic as well. Another game changer in the early rounds is Who's Keeping Score. 2 double points early on in the game can make the early rounds an absolute breeze. So good, just like our number 17 spot, Extra Credit. 5,000 points on demand or 10,000 with double points. Absolutely huge on the early rounds, which I think is easily the most crucial part of any game, especially Easter eggs, and it absolutely deserves a spot in the top 20. Number 16 belongs to just an all-round solid Gobblegum, Phoenix Up. Allows you to revive all down players with their perks, can absolutely be the difference between failing and completing an Easter egg. I absolutely love this one. Next up, we have what I think is just an underappreciated Gobblegum to say the least, Profit Sharing. If you use this on a 4-player game, you will have a truckload of points by like round 4. It's actually insane, but as it's only useful on co-op, number 15 is about as high as it can go. Number 14 belongs to Crate Power. Gives you a pack-a-punch weapon from the box. What more could you ask for? And a bit controversially, just above it is its twin brother, Wall Power. Now I find it a bit more useful than Crate Power, as you can just go straight to any weapon on the map you want and grab it. No mucking around. Whereas Crate Power, if you get unlucky, you could be spinning the box for a while. And into the number 12 spot, what pairs nicely with the last 2, Bullet Boost. The reason this is so high is because of the remastered World at War maps. single-handedly providing you a method to getting into the higher rounds. Next up is a very interesting pick. We've got Flavor Hexed. What could either be amazing or terrible, but it gives you 2 Gobblegums for the price of 1, which I think is kinda insane, especially if you end up getting 2 ultra rare megas. And into the top 10 now, we have got Power Vacuum. Even though this is kinda broken, on earlier rounds it doesn't actually do a whole lot, as there's not really enough zombies anyway. But the higher you go, the more insane it gets. Well deserving of number 10. Number 9 goes to Round Robin. Once again, a Gobblegum that gets better the further you go into the rounds. Now, how I use it here is probably not the smartest move in the world, but not going to complain about an extra 1600 points on round 1. Coming up next is an absolute GOAT. The best classic by far, Alchemical Antithesis. This was my partner in crime when going for round 50 on every Black Ops 3 map. Absolutely amazing, and I still can't believe it's only a classic. Number 7 on our list goes to Soda Fountain, also known as the poor man's perkaholic. Gives you every perk on the map for the price of 4. Love this Gobblegum, it's great for Easter eggs, easy number 7 pick. Number 6 goes to our first true godly Gobblegum, and I still can't believe it's just a standard mega, Immolation Liquidation. Amazing for almost every game you decide to play, and especially Easter eggs. Gives you and everyone else a minute and a half of fire sales. So good. Just like the number 5 spot, shopping free. Allows you to open up the entire map and grab some perks and weapons on the way for free. What more is there to say? An absolute game changer. Now, number 4 goes to what I call the brain rot Gobblegum, Raindrops. Because every speedrun ever features this Gobblegum, and watching it getting spammed over and over again is the most overstimulating thing ever. So overpowered though. Just like our number 3 pick, Self-Medication. I mean, 3 activations to revive yourself with all perks including quick revive. It's so good and almost a cheat to any boss fight. Easy number 3 pick. Now, here it is, the Gobblegum of all Gobblegums, Perkaholic. Couldn't have picked a more suitable name, because the feeling of getting this Gobblegum from the Gobblegum machine is like a drug. It could bring a smile to the saddest of souls. All perks on the map at once. I mean, come on, it's just ridiculous. But not nearly as ridiculous as the number 1 spot today, ladies and gentlemen, Near Death Experience. The invincible Gobblegum. For the 4 rounds it's active, you literally cannot game over. Do you really need to pee or really wanting a cup of tea? No problem, just place down your controller and let this thing go to work. This is the "we give up" statement from Treyarch. How this thing got the green light for Black Ops 3 is completely beyond me. It makes every boss fight a complete joke, and to be honest, nothing even comes close to this one. The easiest number 1 pick ever. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to discuss and share your opinions in the comments section below, and I'll see yous next week.